Hey kids, want to learn how to give people hope about the future of families while triggering extremists on the far right and the far left all within 20 seconds? Then just study McDonald's Japan. Been a minute since I've done one of these, but I absolutely have to make a video about this madness. I'm of course talking about the tweet from McDonald's Japan, where they tweeted a 20-second video of a moe style anime family enjoying some McDonald's. The little girl is happy, the mom is happy, the dad, everyone is happy. Things that send people into massive triggerations. Now, to be completely fair, most of the responses to this video have either been in complete support, folks just loving it, or they're speaking up in defense of said family-friendly wholesomeness and saying, why are y'all being weird about this? Why do y'all have to make everything weird? But, it's 2023. Which means we're not allowed to have nice things. We can't enjoy anything and have it be simple. This is the internet. So join me, won't you, as we take a dive into the depravity that is Twitter. Here's a nice little montage of some of the best and worst takes, and make sure you watch all the way through because I'm gonna break down the worst of each extreme once we're done. But for right now, it's montage time. Comment below with your favorite of these absolutely brain dead takes, or some of these base takes, depending on which was your favorite. And I have to say, some of this stuff, even though it's head ass, it's so good. Some of these takes are so just ridiculously bad that you can't help but think, how did they get to this conclusion? And that's definitely the case for these last two tweets. This is not an anti-right video, it's not an anti-left video, it's an anti-stupid video, because both of these are the stupidest things you could possibly say about this damn video. But let's start with our friendos on the far right.
I would rather see commercials promoting traditional families being happy together, enjoying their meal, than LGBTQ bullshit talking about inclusion and degeneracy as drag queens shake their in front of kids and how homosexuals and are coming for children. Some Americans are such fucking degenerates. All the single leftists, homosexuals must be seething at this shit. They can't fathom seeing a normal family without their degeneracy included.
Congratulations, you did nothing.
What is it with political extremists and their aversion to punctuation? Like, I get it. It's Twitter. You're not being graded on your grammar. It's not a college dissertation, okay? But still, why did you write a paragraph as a run-on sentence? So already, don't care. Grammar on E, opinion discarded. But moving on. Including people is wrong now, apparently to this person, and I'm glad that this person said this, because when progressives argue against more right-wing stuff, they often say things like, if some of y'all had your way, LGBT people wouldn't be in anything at all. And so many people push back, but here's this person saying the quiet part out loud. I want to stress here, this is about the far right, not just the right in general. There are plenty of conservatives and Republicans and traditional minded people who are fine with anyone existing. They're just critiquing how certain messages are portrayed, what's being promoted or pushed, or what's being beaten over people's head. But you can critique that and not be upset with gay and trans people literally just existing and being shown in things. Then he starts talking about drag queens shaking their asses in front of kids kids and how homosexuals and quote unquote trannies are coming for their children. The drag queens fusing that with like little kids is something that I think is way too far and is something I do not condone or approve of. But then going for the classic, the gays and the trannies are coming for your kids. You reached all the way back into one of the time-honored far-right bags and brought out the talking points about how they just want to do something terrible to the kids. Any person of any sexual orientation or gender identity could potentially be a danger to kids. Find predators, yes. Keep kids safe, absolutely. But accusing a whole community of people of being a danger to kids just because they're not the norm in terms of their sexuality, get it out. Trash opinion. And it just gets worse. How do you see this video and walk away with this conclusion? Instead of saying this is good, I would like to see more of this, you decide that it's time to attack people who you don't like. That's why this won the award for me. And there were other takes like this, but this just ran the gamut. This had everything. But I also got to shout out the runner-up for daring to also include mixed race families in this. I mean, I'm sorry, boss. I didn't know we was living back in 1955. I'll go ahead and get back out here to picking the cotton for you. You can go ahead and pay me a penny, sir. Matter of fact, you ain't gotta pay me at all. Just promise not to kill my youngins and throw me in a tree and throw my kids in the river, and I'll do anything you want, sir.
Oh my God! Wow!
But trash is not exclusive to one side of the political aisle, because we got to talk about this hot take.
Men only want daughters because they're secretly sexually attracted to them. Whether men realize it or not, they want to groom their daughters into their personal toys. It's just that society, i.e. women, threaten them with consequences if they do. People are getting defensive and saying I'm projecting are really just proving my point. They're so insecure about wanting to their daughters that they call me a when I dare to call them out.
Reality can be whatever I want.
Who gives a shit?
Now, this person is not explicitly a leftist. They're not describing themselves as such, but come on now. Is this not the most rad femme of takes regarding anything that men are secretly sexually attracted to their own daughters and only want to have daughters to engage in inappropriate sexual conduct with said daughters? Like, I don't even know. I feel like this is something that only a radical feminist would say. Like, literally, I can't think of anyone more hooked on their own ideology who would say something like this. This video reminds me of the fact that I really would like a daughter. The fact that you would see someone say that and knowing that it was simply a response to a wholesome 20-second McDonald's ad, that triggered your thought to, oh, men just want to fuck their daughters. Yeah, you are so slurped on your own bullshit that you can't taste anything other than turds. Your entire palate is nothing but diarrhea for the rest of your life because this is the type of stuff you say. And the fact that this person doubled down in the quote retweets, this right here is a perfect example of why I avoid discussing anything involving kids online, because it always goes to this and I'm tired of it. It doesn't even matter whether it's from the right or from the left. I just hate the fact that whenever kids or family come up, it's always this. It's either,
see, we need to have this and stop putting all the gays and trannies and mixed race mud people and everything,
or
y'all only like kids because y'all want to fuck them.
Why is everything going to the most extremes of everything? And yes, I understand, it's the internet. That's what the internet does. But for fuck's sake, nothing is sacred, y'all. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is sacred at all. But I am going to give y'all a little something to walk away with in this video that's not these people being dumb on Twitter. To the credit of some of the people having this discussion, seeing wholesome families portrayed in media is something that's been on decline in the past few years in the West. And when we do, it's probably not going to be in a commercial. It's more likely to be like one of these family channels. In fact, I'm going to plug one of them right here. Now, I'm not going to put any of their videos in this because I don't want moving video images of them to be placed alongside some of these completely head-ass opinions that are just way too extreme. But I am going to plug their channel in the description, so make sure you go down there and check it out. I'm recommending the YouTube channel Belief in Fatherhood. It's run by a man by the name of Glenn Henry, who is also a musician, whose stage name is Belief. That's where Belief in Fatherhood comes from. And it's him chronicling his journey with his wife Yvette and their 4 adorable kids as he learns how to be a better father, how to be a better husband, how to be a better man in his community, his church, a man of faith. His channel stands out to me because it's more like a family sitcom involving real people. And it's just the lives of these real people, but not like in a reality show way where everything is clearly manipulated. It's entertainment because you have a lot of times where it's just the kids doing funny stuff or they said a funny thing. They even have like little mini arcs, like their youngest son, for example, who's been obsessed with finding out his dad's real name for years. Their daughter having her first crush, or, you know, sibling rivalry between the 2 older brothers. But then they also have serious things like being a family of faith, talking with their kids after they have their first real world encounter with racism. Like, these are serious things that actually matter for families, and especially seeing as how we are in a time where there's not a whole lot of content out there like this. I think it's really not just fun and nice to see, but really inspiring. All this is stuff that I do think we need. I'll even go as far as to say that as a Black American, I think this type of stuff is desperately needed in our community specifically, but definitely also to just the world as a whole. He also has a podcast that he does with his wife Yvette that focuses on the marriage side of things. It's called How Married Are You? I recommend both channels to y'all right now. Get y'all some good family content in your life. And of course, you can keep watching this loop of this McDonald's video. Just do your best to drown out the crazies and the uglies, because they are on parade in these quote retweets. But that's gonna be all for me today. Thank y'all for watching and listening. I'm Animaine, and I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.